welcome, and thanks for joining for NBA fans. Early season games are so entertaining to watch, Grant. What's your favorite part of the early goings?
You know, B.A., take your pick. Rookie development, team chemistry building, plus you wait all off-season to see how your team measures up. And now we get to find out.
And here's Memphis's starting group. They've got Gigi Jackson. Ja Morant is out there with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Then it's Jaren Jackson, and it's Edey in at the center position. And here's Van Vliet. Pass to Şengün. Over Edey. Şengün, no good. And so Morant will bring it up for Memphis. They defeated Utah in their last game.
Oh, my. Talk about mental toughness. The crowd was roaring against them, but they were able to focus and finish the task at hand.
And the mental game you talk about, a lot comes down to coaching, having your players focused.
Van Vliet outside. Pass to Whitmore. Back to Van Vliet. Here's Durant. And it's good. Off the back of the rim and in.
In the mid-range, Durant is deadly as ever. Easy money sniper, putting up a little silky jumper.
Richard, how about that memorable Rockets winning streak early in 2024?
11 straight wins. Look, that's no easy task, no matter who you are playing. The energy in the locker room must have just been off the charts.
And how about that replay? Man, you got to appreciate the hustle on defense.
That'll put some fear into the shooters, and he made sure to do it early, too.
Now here's Caldwell-Pope. All alone.
Okay, it's taking them a moment to find their rhythm, opening the game with some uneven 1-for-4 shooting.
Durant with the bucket.
Well, Durant takes a hard shot and makes it look so easy.
For Memphis, they've gone 1 of 4 to begin this one. Morant, the pass to Jackson. The three. And again, Memphis no good.
1 of 5 to start the game. They have to slow down and just play their brand of basketball.
Here's Durant. And it's Houston scoring again.
What I like about Durant is his shot selection. Just such an intelligent shot taker.
Outside, Caldwell-Pope. Back to Morant. Yep, count it.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game. And he's very confident from that range, but he can't make them all.
Now let's send it over to Allie LaForce, who was able to talk with Ime Udoka.
He said Ja Morant is so good and so entertaining that some guys on both teams just stand around and watch him. He told his players, if you let him get to the rim and do something spectacular, you're not only giving up points, you're energizing the guys around him. Coach wants to prevent the highlight reel kind of plays.
Okay, thanks, Allie. Now here's Şengün. Really played well against Charlotte in his last game. Here's Thompson. Şengün finds Durant. From outside, off the mark. For Memphis, they've gone 2 of 6 to open up this game. Morant against Şengün. Morant with the slam!
Oh, wow. Okay, Ja turning it loose. Someone throw that man some water.
Once again, an explosive highlight on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Now here's Van Vliet. 11 points for him last game against Charlotte.
And he may have posed even more problems with his passing. They had to worry about him as a scorer and a distributor.
You know, it's hard to understate the value Van Vliet brings to this team, Richard.
When you look back at Toronto's championship in 2019, he made some huge plays. When the moment got big, he came through and came out on top.
And Houston making a change here. Finney Smith's checked in. Jackson, pass to Caldwell-Pope. Şengün with it. Jackson in his pocket. A shot from the high post. Good efficiency. He's drained 4 out of 5.
It just looks too easy. Durant with the skill and height to get anything he wants from the mid-range.
Morant against Van Vliet. Three-pointer. And Ja Morant good for 3. Morant's got 10 points. The Rockets have gone 5 of 9 from the floor. Van Vliet, the pass to Şengün. Memphis with a rebound.
This is not his quarter. He needs to give up some touches and recalibrate.
Morant against Van Vliet. With the teardrop. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. It goes on Fred Van Vliet. And one thing that Morant has always been elite at, finding a seam in a defense and getting to the rim, Grant.
Yeah, any crack allows him to get inside. And as good as anyone at splitting a double, which he sees a lot of. So once inside, he can finish with authority or kick it out to a shooter.
Now here's Van Vliet. Pass to Şengün. Off target from three-point range.
Okay, so if I were to say this was a disaster of a period for him, it would be an understatement. But hey, sometimes you got to shoot your way out of the slump, even for him.
Durant against Jackson. Durant's shot is off. For Memphis, they've gone 4 of 9 in this one so far. So they take the lead. He's got 13.
This man is on fire. His team is winning, and it doesn't get better than that.
And here's Van Vliet from the arc. The rebound by Jackson. Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. It's blocked.
And so often is the case. Şengün in the right position to make the play. That's just great defense.
And Durant gets it to go.
Love to see that kind of activity. He just makes things happen.
Morant surveying the floor. Aldama, no good. For Houston, they've got 6 of 14 in so far. And Thompson gets it to go.
You know, inside is where Thompson excels, and the concentration allowing him to finish there.
There's a 4-second difference between the shot and game clock. Ooh, the Grizzlies with another miss. And it's Şengün with the ball for the Rockets. They're getting their first look of the season at the Grizzlies in this one.
And in a series of the have-nots last year, they came out on the losing end, really looking for some improvement here.
12 seconds left in the first quarter. And here's Morant outside. Knocks it down from distance. Morant's got 16 points.
Put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, when the game is up for grabs like this one has been, it's all about the attention to detail.
Ja Morant, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Memphis. An insane quarter. No one could stop him. We'll be back in a moment. And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Memphis.
Well, it seems like they went in looking to do damage from long range, and they faced little resistance.
Their points came almost exclusively from beyond the arc, and as this game continues, that should open up the floor for the rest of their offense.
On the court for Memphis, we've got Brandon Clark. Ja Morant is out there with Santi Aldama, and it's Pippen in at the 2-guard spot. Pass to Wells. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by Houston, coming off a win against the Hornets.
It was a lockdown effort defensively, contesting shots and really protecting the painted area.
They were very disciplined on that end of the floor, staying attached to shooters and disrupting plays with their active hands.
Aldama, no good. Houston in the lead. Finney Smith passes to Smith. Van Vliet outside. For 3. Sinks it from distance. 5 points in the game.
And for Van Vliet, most of his shot attempts come from beyond the arc.
For all the adversity Memphis faced last season, Richard, there were some silver linings.
B.A., they had a lot of talented young players get more minutes than they might have otherwise due to the injuries. And there is nothing more valuable than experience.
And their offensive execution has really picked up here in the second period.
Here's Pippen. Shots blocked. Van Vliet on the wing, pounded by Morant. Van Vliet misses. Grizzlies trail by 6. Wells, the pass to Clark. Oh, Clark with the slam.
He gives up a bit of size at the center position, but his leaping ability, well, let's just say that makes up for it.
Pass to Smith. And here's Eason. Smith with a screen on Clark. Here's Finney Smith. And that one no good to start off the night. The Grizzlies have gotten nothing to go out of 5 attempts so far this quarter. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, the Rockets showing improvement. Head coach Ime Udoka said, quote, when you rely on your young guys, you're constantly trying to instill habits that'll carry them for the rest of their careers. It's mistakes and tendencies you have to try to break continually. Just staying positive. You see glimpses of how close we can be.
All right, Allie, thanks for that. Memphis shooting their 5th and 6th free throw attempts tonight. RJ displaying at a faster pace. Work the same in the regular season as it does in the playoffs?
Depends on the opponent. Teams that like to slow it down and can be methodical in the half court can make it a slugfest. You have to be ready for that.
Şengün checked in for the Rockets. Whitmore comes in for Smith.
They might start using him a little bit more sparingly with 3 fouls already before the half.
Holiday's checked in for Van Vliet. And this is his first trip to the line tonight. And you think about the fearlessness of Ja Morant and how he attacks, even as a smaller player. RJ, you got any comparisons?
I would say AI, but AI was more of a two-guard, even though he was a couple inches shorter. But definitely similarities of how they attack the paint with fearlessness.
Fires the 3. It's rebounded by Şengün. The Rockets trail. Eason, the pass to Şengün. And he converts the layup.
And the comfort level that Şengün has around the basket is as high as it gets in this league.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Got a piece of it. Here's Eason. And that's good. His first bucket of the game. All right, let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Rockets.
When you pile up the blocks earlier in games, it really can affect the other team. They lose confidence offensively.
They're also managing to make lots of trouble for their opponent in transition. Right away, they're finding points on the break. Once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. Here's Holiday. Aldama grabs the board.
Probably not the shot they had in mind, but you can't fault him. He had a clean look.
Caldwell Pope, the pass to Aldama. Morant with it.
In the first half, 2 minutes.
Eason pulls it in. And we've got a timeout called by Ime Udoka. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Tari Eason is seen by some as a player on the rise, Richard. Things are coming together for him.
Yeah, his game is evolving along with his confidence. When young players put in work, they are going to get better, and that's what Eason has done.
Smith, he's checked in for the Rockets. Durant comes in for Holiday. Hits the trifecta. Smith's got 5 points now in the quarter.
They're shooting the 3 extremely well this quarter. Be fun to see if they can keep it up.
Here's Edey, defended by Şengün. Here's Jackson, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Inside Jackson is so effective. His natural abilities give him the edge over the defense.
Eason, pass to Şengün, to the paint. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Just a textbook lead pass right there, putting it right where it needed to be.
Grizzlies trail by 4. Jerome attacking. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one. And 1:01 left to play in the first half. Smith outside. He shoots it. Again, Houston.
That scoreless first quarter, that might have woke him up, and he's turned it on here in the second.
Memphis has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. Jerome passes to Jackson. Caldwell Pope against Durant. Here's Edey. Misses the baby hook.
The battle of the boards has been something to watch.
Here's Whitmore. Memphis with a rebound. Jackson's got 4 rebounds in the game. About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Jackson gets the bucket. Houston has gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter in the second so far. KD out here flexing on people.
Capable of scoring from any area. Love when Durant takes charge and dominates like this.
Down low. Here's Jackson. Over Smith. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
Oh, what a crafty move, causing the defender to pause right there.
And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. The Rockets on top. They lead by 1. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break.
Please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot.
Hello, everybody. So far, a fairly even game for the Memphis Grizzlies through the first 2 quarters. Well, it doesn't get much better than this, fellas.
Are you joking? Could be much better. We had something other than veggies and hummus at the craft service table, Kenny.
Yes, indeed, but I love those veggies. But I have to agree with Shaq. The food options here, Ernie, are starting to lack.
It's always about food with you two, and I'm a big hummus fan. Turning our attention to that first half for the Grizzlies. They find themselves in a close one.
They found an advantage in the painted area, and they're exploiting it. I just say keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, please don't fix it.
And that's a wrap on halftime. Thanks for watching as we send you back to BA to call the second half.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Oh, a fantastic game from Ja Morant in this one.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
Alperen Sengun out there with Kevin Durant. Then there's Whitmore. Then there's Ben Thompson. And it's Van Vliet in at the point. That's the 5 for Houston right now.
Hey, look, sometimes you just got to let the big man work. Sengun doing it in style.
Richard, if you look back at the... Oh, throw it down! Wow!
Oh, man, he got fancy with that finish.
He may be trying to provide the spark they need to break this one open. And that replay courtesy of the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. To the middle. Here's Sengun. And Sengun, throw it down!
Superb movement in the screen and roll. Gotta reward Sengun for that.
Van Vliet against Morant. Morant drawing the double team. Jackson, right side. 6 on the shot clock. Morant, the pass to Jackson. That misses. Had a chance to tie it.
That is not a guy you want to allow open looks from range. Lucky for the defense, he just couldn't get it to go.
And Thompson gets it to go.
Impressive. Their ball movement has been excellent tonight.
Timeout called. Memphis. And now looking at the 2K leaderboard. Here's a view of which teams last year got after it with their shot blocking. The 4th spot held by the Grizzlies.
It was an intimidating brand of defense they played. They sent the message that if you were going to get your points in the paint, you were going to have to work for them.
Here's Durant. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
You know, we talk about the value of size out of the backcourt, and that sequence by Thompson is a great example.
Kicks it out to Jackson. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Now Jackson from outside the arc. And it's Whitmore with the rebound.
Good job by the D to stay with him and make that a tough 3.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Jackson outside. Shot to stop the run. The putback. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
I always love the hard work on the glass. Just great activity.
Van Vliet, the pass to Şengün. Deflected! Caldwell Pope against Van Vliet. Caldwell Pope with a drive. Rebound by Van Vliet. The Rockets lead by 8. Pass to Şengün. Corner shot. And it falls all over the rim and in. Şengün's got 8.
There's a lot of confidence in Şengün's game. He doesn't hesitate. He gets after it.
And you look at how Durant is playing at his age. He's still as elite as it gets, RJ.
You don't lose skill. KD could play into his 40s if he wanted to. That shot isn't going away, and he's always going to be tall. He will be one of the best scorers every time he laces them up. Sometimes Morant just makes this look effortless. He's such a gifted passer.
Knocked loose. Jackson with it. And it's Şengün picking him up. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Well, Kevin Durant steadily climbing up the top 10 of the all-time scoring list. He said, I've been in the league for half of my life now. It's a blessing to be playing on this platform and doing what I love to do. I just want to continue to keep putting in good work and keep adding to what I already did.
One of the greats, Allie. Thank you. Durant for 3. The shot comes out. Grizzlies trail by 8. Pass to Jackson. Durant against Jackson. Good on the shot. He has 6.
Just muscling it home from there. Jackson is no stranger to having to work over strong defense.
Shoots from 14. Thompson, no good. For Memphis, they've gone 4 of 8 in the third. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. It's going to be on him in Thompson.
No debate there. He got hammered.
Richard, for years, the Grizzlies team motto was grit and grind. You think that shifted?
They're a little bit flashier now, but they still have that underdog spirit. That's what grit and grind is about. They're always out to prove themselves.
Finney-Smith checked in for Whitmore. Durant, and the 18-footer right on the mark. Durant's got 5 points in the quarter.
He's been locked all the way in from the floor, and he's the number 1 reason why they're winning right now.
All right, now a timeout called by Memphis. Well, Richard, you attempted to guard Kevin Durant in your playing days. How hard was that?
It was not easy. He's the lead scorer, ball handler. Oh, yeah, he's also 7 feet tall. KD is one of the toughest assignments that you will ever face.
Santi Aldama. Ty Jerome.
Aldama, the pass to Clark. No good. Good D by Şengün.
Oh, gritty defense. Protecting the rim at all costs against a guy who has all sorts of ways to finish. He drops yet another dive, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Jerome passes to Clark. Here's Aldama. And the powerful one-handed slam.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing up.
Here's Caldwell Pope. After 3 straight playoff appearances, the Grizzlies sadly missed the postseason in 2024.
You know, really, by no fault of their own, BA. Injuries ruined what fans were hoping would be a big year for them. You know, it just goes to show there's no safe bets in this league.
Now, he's perfectly comfortable doing work at the line.
And one guy who's just scratching the surface of his potential, Jabari Smith.
Yeah, he's still very young, still gaining strength. But his upside on both ends is enormous.
And the number 3 pick in the 2022 NBA draft, Smith Jr.'s ceiling is considered to be very high.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Pippen's checked in.
Putting on a show. Jackson Jr. showing you what a big man can do at the rim.
Eason finds Van Vliet. That one off the back iron and out. Grizzlies trail by 5. 6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Fires for 3. And the basket by Pippen. Pippen's got 5 points. For Houston, they've gotten 8 of 14 attempts to go in the second half so far. Inside. Ooh, the dunk by Smith.
Yeah, what an athlete Smith is. Excellent at rising up to punch it home.
Here's Jerome. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. He's got his first free throws of the night right here. It's both from the stripe. Van Vliet with it. Good if it goes. No good on the buzzer beater. Kevin Durant has been leading the charge for the Rockets. He's been effective on offense, racking up 21 points so far in this contest. More 2K action in just a moment. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist to the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
That's an unguardable pass, flat out. Give him credit for possessing that type of vision.
We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. On the court right now for the Grizzlies, they've got Ja Morant, Brandon Clark out there with Santi Aldama, and it's Pippen in at the 2. Oh, that doesn't go on the chance to tie. And it's Sengun with the ball for the Rockets. Lets it fly from 18. And the sweet roll that time on the rim. That one falls. Finney Smith's gotten his first bucket of the night.
And you can see the floor awareness by Sengun. Just an outstanding passer for a guy his size.
To the inside, Clark. Smith with the rebound.
Just enough resistance to force the miss. Barely. That's one he'll generally make.
Nice shot by Finney Smith. About 1 minute played here in the fourth quarter. From deep, Morant. And another miss by Memphis. The Rockets lead by 6. Pass to Sengun. Over Clark. Sengun, no good.
I've been in this position. Your team is up. You want to drive in the dagger. He may be a little overeager.
Outside Morant. The three-pointer off the mark.
And he got a couple to fall from long distance in the first half, but still looking for that number 3.
Inside. Stolen. Sengun with a steal. Take it away. Left side, Morant. Oh, Morant! No one better driving the basketball.
This is what Morant does so well. No one can stay in front of him.
Here's Wells. Pass to Clark, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Clark. And we've got a timeout called by Ime Udoka. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error. Thompson, he's checked in for Houston. Huff's checked in for Memphis. Caldwell Pope comes in for Pippen. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, over the break, I listened to Ime Udoka's huddle. Well, coach is thrilled with their three-point shooting, saying in the huddle, guys, let's keep it up. Continue to shoot it from deep. It's working. They've been on fire from distance so far.
Okay, thank you, Allie. Here's Morant. And denied. He sends it right off the glass.
They need everyone clicking here. Unfortunately, his game has gone the other direction.
Grizzlies trail by 4. All by himself. Here's Caldwell Pope. Ooh, Thompson with the block.
Decent reach and solid instincts, allowing Thompson to get a hand on it.
Eason can't get it to go. Memphis has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. There's the block.
More than a few bad breaks for him this quarter. He's struggling, and the team is following suit on the scoreboard.
And the slam dunk by Thompson.
He's just an aggressive finisher there inside.
Hey, when you got bounce like that, you feel like you can take on anybody. Outside Morant. Morant elevates at the rim.
Get this man the ball, and he will make something happen. Morant rises to the occasion. Man.
A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by in the fourth.
There are nights where the shots just don't fall. Unfortunately, I know how that feels.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. The shot. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Now just a 2-point Houston lead. And Ime Udoka has called timeout. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now. Houston making some changes. Durant, he's checked in for Eason. And Fred VanVleet is subbed in for Finney Smith. And another miss by Houston.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Jackson, and a great assist by Morant as that one goes. It's a tie ball game.
Won't shy away from the big moment. No hesitation from Jackson Jr. on that shot.
Durant, so effective inside.
Along with Hall of Fame talent, KD is just clutch.
Now Morant. Rebound by VanVleet. There's a minute 47 left in the fourth quarter here.
An impossible guy to cover. Durant puts defenses in situations where they must compromise and foul him.
And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Rockets.
All you have to do is look at one stat, and that is their block numbers. It tells you how tight their D has been. They've been going out of their way to smother the defense.
And we also got to talk about the number of points they've scored in transition. Just jumping all over the opposition in this regard.
The Rockets have gotten 4 of 9 shots to go in during this fourth quarter. To the middle. And Sengun throw it down. That gives him a double-double.
And that's an important shot from Sengun. He takes pride in delivering in big spots.
Morant against VanVleet. Kicks it out to Jackson. Ooh, Durant with a steal. Shoots over Morant. That's good from Durant on the assist by Sengun. Now it's a 6-point Houston lead. And so Morant will bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. 13 feet out. It's hauled in by Houston. They've led by as much as 10. The 3, Durant. Oh, Durant, an absolute sniper.
And guys, that's got to be the dagger. This is how you finish a game.
And it felt like they just flipped the switch to go on that run and seal the game. Saving their best basketball for the end. Always smart.
.52 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Caldwell Pope for 3. Knocks down the triple.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending.
Sengun tipped, and he gets it back. And they go to the intentional foul. He gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
We're starting to get a better sense of the player that Sengun is. An agile big man who really brings a lot of energy to the floor.
There's 38 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Takes a 13-footer. And it's Morant missing. The Rockets on offense. They're on a 13-5 run. Here's Durant. Houston with another miss. And so it's Memphis with it. There's Jackson with the 3. And it's good. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5. And stolen by Jackson. All right, now a timeout called by Memphis. 15 seconds left in the fourth. Let's hear from our analyst. Give us your take on the strategy being discussed right now.
No doubt. They've got to get a quick bucket here.
Yeah, it has to be fast. They got to take the first good look they get.
Outside for Morant. Can't connect from long distance. And so they foul intentionally.
Second personal foul. Third team foul. At the line for you.
Oh, the first of 2, no good. A heartbreaker.
Taking 2.
And the second of 2 is good. And that increases the lead to 6. Jackson outside. Misses the 3. And so it's Houston winning this one. Boy, a hard-fought game. They did a great job of holding on to the lead at the end.
Yeah, get the coffee, because that's the way to close. You're going to face some obstacles in the game, but they overcame every one.
Well, now we have some time to check in with Allie LaForce. Allie.
Kevin, you had a great performance individually. What made the game look so easy for you?
Well, my teammates, they played so well tonight, setting everybody up. And I knew it was winning time, so I just tried to be aggressive.
Winning time. That's what I like to hear. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Richard Jefferson, this is Brian Anderson, thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And now, time for our player of the game, Alperen Sengun.